Hey everybody, it's Mr. Keenan. Again, I'm making a video before we get into the Google SketchUp create your own ruler assignment. One of the reasons why I thought about this is a video that I've been wanting to make for a very long time. It's something that I teach the beginning of every single measurement unit, no matter what, if you're in seventh grade, sixth grade, seventh grade, or eighth grade. This is always my review for people to help understand measurement and fractions. Because if you don't know how fractions work, if you don't know, uh, how to measure, it is going to be a significant barrier for you to be able to create hands-on projects like we do in the regular tech ed world. But because we're living in a virtual reality now where we have to teach online, this is going to be a perfect intro and a perfect thing for you to be able to work with your measurement and measuring skills. I wanted to point out the signs behind me. The big sign up there, that is the sign from the Hat Creek Cattle Company, which is from a movie, Lonesome Dove. That was the very first Christmas present my wife ever got me, and it's really awesome, and it hangs up in our house. Then the pig bench is like what we like to call it. Made that in college in my woods class. It's made out of white oak. We used a 4x8 CNC router to put the pig's heads in the back, and you can kind of see from this angle, maybe if I moved it this way a little bit more, the shoulder or the hand are the elbow rests on the sides are also pig's heads coming out the back. But the bench is 2 foot by 2 foot by 5 feet wide, so it's 2 foot tall, 2 feet deep, and then 5 feet wide. That was learning the tech ed process, coming up with a problem, and then figuring out a solution to your problem. My problem was I lived in a one-bedroom apartment, that I needed a table, needed something to store blankets, and I needed something to sit on, and this kind of met all of those needs. So it's kind of really cool. But if you've never done measurement before, but there's one activity that I could probably say most of you have done. Raise your hand if you've ever made a pizza out of the oven and then cut your pizza up into 8 slices so that you can eat it. Okay? If that is you, then I can almost guarantee you that you will be able to draw a 1 inch segment of a ruler thinking about cutting up a pizza. And for this lesson specifically, I actually have a homemade Canadian tombstone pizza right here. Probably my wife's least favorite flavor of the things that I buy, so it's a great thing to burn up on a lesson. I have a little whiteboard here that we're going to use. If you have a piece of paper, I'd recommend getting a piece of paper out. You can pause the video right now and get your paper. Annie, leave the DVDs alone. You can get a piece of paper out so that we can so you can follow along with this. On your piece of paper, draw a big rectangle, and it could really take up the entire sheet as you're doing that. Another thing we need to do is we're going to label 0 and 1. This is indicating that it's from 0 inches to 1 inches. You could put a 1 in here, and you could put a 1 in front of this one. Now it's from 10 to 11. It doesn't matter what numbers we put on the bottom, because it's 1 inch segment is a 1 inch segment. Doesn't matter if you're going from 10 to 11, 100 to 101. If you're going from 9 to 10, 8 to 9, it doesn't really matter. It's all the same on the inside. Okay. I see that we are talking too much, so we're going to have to pause this and start a new video.